Welcome one and all, this is my custom Lego Star Wars Sabine Wren from Star Wars Rebels, or most of you probably know it, the not Clone Wars one. And this is, I'm being honest, the best minifigure I have ever made. But that doesn't say much. Yeah, haha, hee hee ho ho. Alright, I get it, I've made some not okay things in the past. But I promise you that this will be worth your time. Without further ado, let's jump into Hot Topic the Person. This is, of course, my Sabine Wren minifigure, and I have to be honest here, and guys don't realize how much this means. I like the look of this minifigure. I probably can think of 3 past minifigures that I've made that I actually enjoy the look of, and this has to be one of them. It was just a really fun minifigure to make. I had this hairpiece, believe it or not, done for like 2 years. I just knew that I wouldn't have enough skill to not tremendously mess up, and I kind of want to minimize the amount of tremendously messing up, and I think I accomplished that goal quite a bit. So this is just the figure I'm going to get into in a second, but it was very fun to make. It was an extremely fun time to try to get all the details right and make all the shoulder pads and just design everything, and I think it was just an insanely fun minifigure to make. There's a lot of opportunity to mess up, especially on the detailing and the shoulder pads and the torso and everything, and the gun and the dark saber. So I really enjoy that it came out as good as it did. And without further ado, let's just get into the views of the figure. Alright, so for this figure I actually started with the dark saber itself and the gun before I even moved on to the actual minifigure. I also did the hair and molded the shoulder pads just because I wanted to get all the extra stuff out of the way so I could actually focus on the minifigure later. So I started with the torso, and I was going through the torso doing all the major detailing, and I thought to myself, I could actually make this look good. I could actually make this is looking pretty decent. And it kind of gave me the morale boost to kind of finish. I connected the pants to the torso just so I could get the belt correctly and line that up as good as I could. And then I did the arms separately, and then I conjoined them together, and then I glued the molded shoulder pad pieces on, and then I painted those and then assembled the entire thing with the hair. I also had the jetpack done before anything. That's something I forgot to mention. I had that painted before. I kind of forgot to cut off the part that goes around the neck of the minifigure to just glue it on till after I painted it. So I kind of had to improvise with that and just slap that bad boy on. But it was all good. It was a very fun minifigure to make, and I'm really glad about how it turned out. So that's the front view right there. There's not much paneling right here, or not much detailing, I should say. Actually, there's a little bit. You have the 2 colored armor pieces on the shoulders. Those are supposed to be different colors. That's supposed to be messed up, guys. The one time I actually make a good minifigure, it has pieces that look bad, that look unpainted or unfinished. We interrupt that boring trash to give you a special news announcement. This is my Xbox gamer tag. I play a lot of Overwatch and may be starting to play some Paladins for I Am a Trader. So if you play either of those 2 games, or I play some other games, here I am on Xbox, look me up. Get back to your regularly scheduled trash. I'm sure this won't be jarring in the slightest. So that's interesting. But then we have the shoulder piece, or the chest piece right here, which I had a kind of a hard time gauging how far it should be, because the Lego minifigures of Sabine Wren kind of left something to be desired, especially the headpiece and then the torso printing. The second one is a bit better than the first, but I really just wanted to make my own, especially for the Season 4 with the Darksaber. So that's kind of why this whole thing came together in the first place. But yeah, there's just some chest piece detailing over there, the stripes, and then the yellow, which that was like a miracle shot, getting that small yellow piece not messing up and not putting all the paint around everything and smudging it. That was kind of a miracle. And then we have the belt, which didn't come out too bad. I was quite impressed with that, going all the way down to the shoes, which again, they're supposed to be ununiform, okay? They're supposed to be bad. Alright, don't bully me here. And then let's move on to the side view. And this is a part that I incredibly am appreciative of. I love how the shoulder pads came out, especially the other one. I'll move on to those in a second, but I had to put a 5 on here, and I had to do all this checkered paneling around it, and it doesn't look awful. I really do enjoy that. It doesn't look bad, and I'm incredibly grateful, and I really do enjoy this shoulder pad, and the whole look of the minifigure is really improved because of this look of this shoulder pad assembly going down. Then we have elbow pad detailing over there, and let's get on to the dark saber. So I did actually try to make the Darksaber about 2 years ago, and this just shows you what if I made this minifigure a year ago, this is what you'd be getting. So I really I really enjoy, and I really am grateful that I stood back a little bit and I just waited until I could actually do it some justice. Sure, I might have done the slant entirely wrong. The slant might have to go the other way, and I might have done that wrong completely. But you know what? I was fine with it. I'm not going back. I really do enjoy how it's colored, so, and how it's kind of uniform, and the white turned out really well, I think. So I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it with its flaws, you know. And then let's go on to the back here. You can just see some of the jetpack. The printing over here, or the painting, I should say, isn't that great, but I didn't really care. I just wanted the general jetpack look, and I wanted everything to kind of be symmetrical. There is more detailing on in the purple of the jetpack, but I figured that I would just have made it look worse, and I didn't want her to take that gamble. Everything else was going so well, so I just left out the detailing. Sorry in advance. But we're going down to the three pieces of, or the three colors of the pants. There's not a whole lot. You see some of the belts going from the sides, and then we go to the other side. We can see just that belt coming down again, and the boot going up to the more important stuff. You can see the other shoulder pad, which I had to paint this tiny Loth owl. I don't know what it's called. Rebels fans are gonna not be too happy. It's the Ahsoka thing when she dies. I don't know, but I had to put one of those on there, and honestly, I think that came out pretty alright. I was genuinely surprised at how good that came out. And then we have just another elbow pad, and the gun, which the gun was really fun to make. It's really small, so it was very hard to get that detailing. I only made one of the guns because, of course, the other hand had to hold the Darksaber. So I just picked my favorite one, or which one would end up looking the best, and I did that one. And then that kind of just brings it all the way back around town to the front of the minifigure. And that's really it. So this was my Lego Star Wars Sabine Wren video. It's going to be a little bit longer, but I'm going to try to get used to the fact that I'm going to have to make these videos longer, just to convey all the details that I want in most of the videos. Like, I'll cut corners, try to get it down, because the YouTube algorithm wants it like 3 minutes, but nah, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm just going to let all my thoughts that I want to be aired expressed, and we're just going to see how it goes. So, in conclusion, this was an extremely fun minifigure to make. It was my favorite one I've ever made, and it probably will be the best one I've ever made for a long time. But then again, that's what I thought with the Dragon Prince figure, and now we're here, so we'll see what happens. I mainly also made this minifigure because the next thing that I'm going to be previewing on this channel, let's just say, is a little bigger. But that will be a story for another day. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you maybe in the next one.